Jack Miller has signed an official deal with KTM Red Bull factory team for the season 2023. Many people are now wondering why would KTM replace one of its strongest riders, Miguel Oliviera, with Jack Miller. In this video I will tell you the reasons behind these changes in KTM. Stay tuned. Jack Miller has a lot of popularity both inside of the paddock and outside of the track. Those of you who have been following him know that he's a huge fan of the motocross, and of course you did see his collaborations with the Caterpillar.
Nice, very nice.
Sponsors do decide a lot when it comes to riders who's gonna present their brands. And for Ducati, those of you who didn't know, their main sponsor is Philip Morris. This is one of the most genius marketing campaigns ever. Mission Win Now, both in Formula 1 and MotoGP. Go ahead and research for their website, and there is not a single word mentioning about cigarettes. In fact, Philip Morris's global mission is to make the world smoke-free. So isn't it genius to provide the customer and the consumers the psychological message throughout the colors of the team? I may not tell you exactly what's behind the colors of MotoGP bikes from Ducati team, but if you pay attention, you might see a lot of similarities with the products of Philip Morris. Look at this, pay attention. So they always decide who represents their riders a part of the factory team. They always have a voice there. Just like Repsol, a hugest conglomerate, always has its voice deciding who's gonna ride their bike, who's gonna represent their brand better than anyone else. And have you guys noticed that in Repsol Honda they recently prefer to have more and more Spaniards? There is a reason for that. And another thing is that Miguel Oliviera has complained about his passport in past. He's Portuguese, and he was complaining that he had a lot of problems to getting up on top when he was on the same level back in past, like a leash, that he had problems moving up to Moto2, Moto3, but he still made it out, and he couldn't pick the best teams back in Moto3, but he's still there, and I believe he's a great rider. So now, why would KTM replace him but not Brad Binder? In fact, it's a great question. Look, Brad Binder had what? Two wins for KTM. It's not bad at all, but KTM factory team. But what about Miguel Oliveira? Miguel Oliveira has 4 wins so far with KTM factory team. In fact, I don't believe that nobody else has done it before with KTM. So why would they get rid of this guy? Why? And why would Red Bull want Jack Miller so badly? Well, there are numerous reasons for that. First of all, as I just mentioned, Jack Miller and his communities and his popularity outside of the track is just incredible. It's way better than Brad Binder and Miguel Oliveira together. And of course, it's business. It's good to have all this kind of attention around Jack Miller, especially him being so loyal to Red Bull. Being loyal to Red Bull, oh yes, starting from Moto3, if you guys remember, he was always a Red Bull child. But hey, there's one more thing. The name of the personal manager of Jack Miller is Aki Ajo, and it just so happens that Aki is in charge of Moto2 and Moto3 KTM Ajo team. A weird coincidence, huh? No, because he is a loyal member of the Red Bull family, and it does logically make sense to place his Red Bull rider on top to the KTM Red Bull factory team. Another main reason why would KTM want Jack Miller because of his popularity and things he does outside of track is because their primary core business is selling their motorcycles, and Jack Miller is known to be a huge fan of the motocross riding. I think it's a great collaboration, a great idea to put Jack there for these needs. And the third reason why would both KTM and Red Bull want Jack Miller together? Well, the reason is quite simple, and you guys know it. It's winning the race. Both teams and manufacturers and sponsors want the same achievable goal, is winning the race. Regarding achievable in this case, I'm not sure because their bike is still a bit raw in my opinion. It needs a lot of development, but one day they're gonna get there. And I respect KTM for their uniqueness. They're the only ones to still remain passionate about their frames, tubular frames. Google for that. It's a different sort of frames, and it's just the trick about this bike is that it's very hard to make it stable inside of the turns, but if and when they find solutions to this frame and stability in their engines and overall summary of their bike, of course it's gonna be a way different show, you guys. So they're gonna go for Jack Miller, and they did their simulations to prove that this potentially could be a good idea or not, and we're gonna see that, you guys. What do you think, if it's a good change or not, about Jack Miller's future performance on KTM bike? Please write down in the comment section. I'll be very happy to hear your ideas. And remember, MotoGP isn't just a sport, it's an art.